I think I already know the answer for this one. How much would you have to be paid to give up your mobile phone for a year?
Oh,
I know. Now, if that would have been like Sophie,
it would have been $1 million or something now. A lot of times I don't even have it with me.
Yeah.
So
I'm the same. And if I do, it's because I'm like looking up stuff. I never doom scroll really, only at night. Is that what they call it? Doom scroll?
Yeah.
Would you give up yours?
No, I have kids. Young kids.
Yeah,
Basically,
because they could call you on a regular telephone. I mean,
like how much time are you on?
Okay, I would love to not have it. I feel like we've lost a lot of connection.
Mesa, she's actually going to be in the Amazon rainforest this week. She's in Ecuador right now, and that's what I was going to say about the phone is we told her that we didn't want her to run up this huge cell phone bill for being in another country and being on the phone all the time. I said, plus, put it away because you want to experience what you're there to experience.
So she's in Ecuador right now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then she goes to the Amazon rainforest.
There's part of it there.
See that black thing right there? Take that with you. And I didn't have time.
Bold.
Yeah, so
don't forget to vacuum the steps, Sophie.
And not that I think that she would spend all her time on her phone, but it's like experience what you're there to experience without the phone. Because she's, as all of probably you and anybody younger than you, the phone's always been in your hand forever and ever.
They don't know any other way.
We've lived without.
Yeah.
I didn't have one that did anything other than call my parents until I was like probably 16.
Sometimes I'll get to work and be like, I forgot my freaking phone.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I guess that'll be there tonight.
I mean, honestly, they wouldn't even. I mean, they would already have their phone. They would have known before they pulled out.
They'd have it in their hand and still be looking for it.
Yeah. But you're right. They don't know any other way. I don't know. Okay. How about this one? This is work. If you could work as anyone's assistant for a year, who would you choose?
That's a good question for Kris.
But I would say probably famous.
Yeah, that's where I would say anywhere that would just be.
Kris is the trainer of the assistants.
But there's many different kinds of assistants,
right.
So I feel like I would be okay if I was just like standing right off camera on even the news or something, fix somebody's something or get them whatever they need while they're doing their thing on screen.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. These might be a little boring. I might have to go through them. Okay, so welcome to Studio Make It Happen. I'm Megan, and I've been a salon owner for 12 years with Studio M Salon and Spa, and I've been in the industry for 30 years, and I'm with my lovely co-host Morgan.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How is everybody? I mean, they've all heard my spiel, right? How are you?
Some people might be just tuning in now. So who are you?
I've been doing hair for 14 years. Yeah, that seems unreal.
Who's your friend?
Oh, this is my friend Kris. I thought we were talking about the dog.
Oh, no. I was trying to be like, she clearly doesn't want to introduce herself. So
I'm really bad at
it. Okay, anyways.
This is Kris. We work with her.
Would you like to introduce her or would you like me to?
I like it when you take the reins.
Okay. So I am very fortunate to be with Kris. And I have lots of things to say. Of course I do. But I am going to just give her the floor. And I'm sure you'll hear me throughout the episode how I feel about Kris and her being with us. So let's just get started. And what we ask everybody is, how did you get into the industry? And is it something you always knew? And how long? And all that fun stuff.
I've been doing hair for 35 years. So that's a long time. I actually did the vocational program through high school. Oh. And at that time, there was a lot of stigma around the vocational programs of you're only doing that because you can't get the grades. You're not going to do this, that, whatever. And I get good grades. I was always on a roll, that kind of thing. But I didn't feel like I wanted to go to college. My parents were divorced. I'm sure that the money was probably a factor at that time, although I really don't feel like it was, but maybe it was, I don't know. And I was coloring and cutting my sister's hair when no one was around when I was like 15.
You were?
Yeah.
Did you do that too? Me neither.
Yeah.
Did they have Sally's back then?
No, it was like Walmart.
You had
box color.
Right.
It was Walmart. And mine was like a level 20 and a level 1 all at the same time. And I was perming.
Oh my gosh, she can perm in her sleep.
So yeah, so that was even before I decided that I would go to beauty school.
Oh my
So
gosh.
apparently I was interested in it and really didn't know.
Any of your other friends or cousins and stuff, permit other people say,
So
had the,
my stepmom, she's older than me, like quite. I mean, when she married my dad or whatever. But I'd go to my dad's and I'd come back and I'd have colored my hair or cut this or did that or whatever. And she's like, "You're always doing that at your dad's."
I was too scared to do all that stuff.
And then my dad and my stepmom would go on vacation and leave us home by ourselves, and they'd come back and my sisters were from here to here, and it's yeah.
Hey, they left you at home alone. They should have taken you on vacation.
it's like a While You Were Out episode and that show.
That's insane.
Yeah,
No, I do know what
and
you're talking
then
about.
it's a huge total makeover.
I feel like there's still a little bit of that stigma associated with the vocational programs. My son went to Millstream
Yes.
as well and did the welding program. I don't feel like it was as much, but then I was seeing it from a different perspective too. I wasn't the child that was going to the school and doing
Right.
the things. And he never said that he felt like anybody was looking down on him for those things. So I feel like it's more accepted. And actually, I think
It's more the beauty industry, right? Don't you think the cosmetology program that people are like more?
I think it was all of it because
Back-
when I went, it wasn't all in one place. So I went downtown and the rest of it was at the high school. But I still had to do my classes at the high school, but I graduated from a different school. So it was a cluster. But beauty school needed to have a certain amount of time. And there was not enough time to go from first and second period and get my required things for graduation and still get to the beauty school to get the hours that I needed. Because it took 2 years still.
And I think because there was no internet back then, I didn't know. So when I was in school, I would see all these people leave at lunchtime, and I'd be like, "Where are they going?" "Oh, they go over to Findlay and they go to this Millstream because they can't go to college, and so they're getting their schooling then." I mean, honestly, that's how it was, and it was like, I knew there was a beauty school, and I knew that's what I wanted to do, but I'm like, I can afford to go to a real school. That's the way it was portrayed. It really was. And
then you take yourself back to anybody that's in college and C's still get degrees. So what's the real difference? I mean, I can't say that I would have gotten a better education with what we had to learn.
well, yeah,
because the
especially
basics.
you don't even really. You don't learn how to be a good hairstylist.
Yeah.
You learn how to pass state board.
Yeah,
And
right. I was
didn't
just
know-
going to
didn't
say
know
that. I was like, it's all about teaching to the because they need to get you through that part of it because you definitely learn a lot more when you get out.
That I feel like
there.
it's the only way you learn because especially now with YouTube, some states they're taking away the practical.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do the practical at state board. They're not even teaching it at school.
Still not.
There's so many people that are like, there's issues.
Aren't there states that you don't even have to have a freaking license?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. And then, how are we supposed to have people take us serious?
Right.
And I guess it just depends on the degree of what you're going to do with it. But when Sophie was like, I want to go to Millstream, I'm like, absolutely. Because I knew that we had the salon that would set her up. And it was like,
And now they've got all kinds of medical programs.
Oh,
and,
for
like
sure.
when Reese was
Have
going
good
for
grades
welding, and
in.
he's only been out of school for 6 years, they were adding on to welding because there were so many people that wanted to come and do
My
it.
brother did the welding program there. When did Reese graduate?
18.
My brother was 15.
now it's a great program. And
It's a real good alternative. Reese, even the Kiwanis here in town, I think is who it was, he was the first recipient of a non-4-year school scholarship from them. Because they're recognizing also that these programs, he did go to Hobart after.
and just go from there.
There's more
Like different types of
credentials and
welders,
things
right?
that you can get. So he went there for almost a year. So that was where the need for scholarships came in. And it was good to see that these different places that were only recognizing a 4-year college degree to give their scholarships to are changing that because he still incurred expenses.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere that, I don't know how many years down the road, but trade is where it's at
Oh, yeah.
because of AI and everything. It's so scary.
At least they can't replace us though, because I mean, how are you going to get a robot to really do?
And like they do have that nail thing now. I don't even know if it's real or not, but I just can't even imagine. You just don't even have that. I guess for busy people, fine, stick your hand in and have nails on. But a lot of people come.
Isn't it like a
Or-
cellophane shrink wrap sort of thing or something?
I just saw a couple of
I've
TikToks
seen-
where you
yeah,
stick your
okay.
hand in and you can press different things.
That's crazy.
Okay,
But-
yeah, weird.
But where is the relationship?
Yeah.
Like, how are you? Or just you? There's nothing there. It just
Yeah.
doesn't seem fun to put money. Anyway, so I think that trade is where it's at. And
I agree.
but so you went to Millstream. Say what year?
I graduated in 90.
Okay, so I always give you 2 years older than me because I forget that you not graduated. I've been in the industry for 30 years. You're 35, but you did yours.
I started at
school.
18, so I was behind the chair at 18.
I was actually 22
Okay.
because I had Taylor. Taylor was 1. All right, then where did you go? Right after?
I started at Regis in the mall,
Okay.
and I was there for a very short period of time, and I was going to be going off my parents' insurance. And of course, me being the person I am, I need to have insurance.
I mean, good, you should.
But so at the ripe old age of 19, I'm deciding that I'm going to be going off their insurance, so I need to
That
have
is
insurance.
so
And a
dope.
friend of mine, she actually owns a salon in Arcadia, but she worked at Penny's at the time, and I knew her. She said, we offer insurance, duh. So I was like, so I went down, interviewed, and they had only been open for a year when I got there, and stayed until they closed and kicked us out at the end after 28 years.
No, you said you went to Regis.
Yeah, I
but then
started
she
there,
left.
but I was only there. And then my friend worked at Penny's, and she's like, you should come apply because they offer insurance.
Got
And
it,
at the time,
okay.
Regis didn't. And is Regis even a thing anymore? I don't know. Probably not. I'm older than the salons.
So you went from a corporate, or you left Millstream, went straight into Regis, which isn't corporate, right? And then you went to JCPenney's, which is corporate. And then you came to us. What can you tell me the difference between corporate and non? Because I feel like the Penny's girls, which I hate saying that, have only been the ones to work in a corporate. Oh, you've worked in corporate too? Please tell me, what is it?
Whose
Like,
was yours?
Regis.
And this was in the time when you could smoke in the salons. And the Regis in our mall was like as big as this room.
So small.
And they were
Those
sitting there
had to have
smoking
been
under
the
the hood
best
dryers
times
and stuff.
ever
Oh my
back.
gosh.
I bet that was just.
Well,
Oh,
I worked at
hilarious.
Little Steel Magnolias in Cary. It was AJ's hair studio, which is still there, but yeah, it was the dryer chairs, the little ladies.
And the ashtray was there.
Underneath the chair, yeah. It was crazy. And there was
what
like,
a time.
but these ladies would go and get their hair done once a week.
Yeah.
And walking out smelling like smoke.
But it was the
Smoking out.
thing.
Everyone did, yeah.
It's only
Social
been
thing.
since 2010 or something since you couldn't smoke
Is that
in
when it
public
was?
places, I think. Something like that. It's not been a huge,
That
long
long.
time.
It is weird to say that we lived through when you could smoke.
I remember
yeah.
I was telling my kids recently, I was like, we used to go, because we went to Cracker Barrel, I was like, they used to ask you smoking or non-smoking. And they were like, what did that mean? I was like, you could sit in a section of the restaurant where you could smoke cigarettes. My kids were like, what?
You know, well, it's Firehouse now, but it was Friendly's. I worked there
I
too,
worked at
beautiful.
these too.
And same thing. And you know how small that was? Like one half was smoke. And I was like, it's really
What's
not going
the
up
point?
over that
Right,
partition.
exactly. Exactly.
What year did you work there?
Probably 88, 89.
Okay. And how long were you there?
A couple years.
Remember?
I wasn't there by
Deborah?
I wasn't there by then.
I was born in 91.
She's the only
Yes,
one
your
I remember.
manager.
Okay. Hi, Deborah. I loved Friendly's. I not only loved working there, but I loved eating there.
We go all
Yeah,
the time in South
yeah,
Carolina.
yeah.
There's 2 of them in Myrtle Beach.
A couple.
Because they have the best sandwiches.
Yes.
Oh, I like
Chicken
the
wrap.
honey barbecue chicken, or what is it? Honey barbecue chicken super melt or something. Oh my God, it's
And the
so
happy ending.
good. Yeah. Yes, they have all of that still.
Oh, we'll have to take a trip to
Somewhere
South
where there's
Carolina,
one close by.
yes.
So now you've been at Penny's for 28 years.
And throughout that time, I stood in as manager for a year. I did CE accredited training for a few years. And I won a contest that I went and did a photo shoot and magazine advertising thing. They flew us out to Arizona. I was the only one in this area.
What'd you have to do? Do you remember?
I had to submit photos of hairdos.
That's so fun.
yeah,
So
just
you had to
another-
go out by yourself?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I had just gotten married.
Oh, so no kids yet?
No.
Okay. So you go, you flew out by yourself.
And then there was like 20 other people from around the country that had won the same
What
thing.
did you do when you were there?
I'll have to I think I have it on my phone, but
Right.
it was an advertising program because they always did a color special for a month-long color special. My girl was actually on like the postcard that went out to all the nationally.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Why don't they do that now? Do they do anything like that?
At Penny's?
JCPenney?
No. I'm just saying to the industry. Do they
Oh,
have
I'm
like
sure.
certain
I'm
contests
sure.
and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm sure that out there would be.
Yeah, you girls totally would win contests. Okay, so is that the difference? Corporate could do something like that?
Well, no, because
Well, I
she
mean,
do
they're
take us and do things
advertisements,
with us.
yeah.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, they would have had to pay someone to come and do that work
Yeah.
anyways. They might as well treat some of their employees to that, I guess.
Did you get paid? Did you have paid education come into pennies? So, like, how often? A lot?
Not real often. Because then they decided that they would train us, like the train the trainer thing. So Matrix would train me, and then I would train my people.
Okay.
I could charge, like we would rent an empty mall space, and I could charge people, like general population people, to come in and take my class because I was credited. But of course that went to them.
Yeah. So then, were you employed then by Matrix at all? No, pennies.
No, it was all JCPenney.
Did pennies have to pay them to train you? Do you know? I'm just
wow.
I just wondered. Okay, anyways.
That was a long time ago. I mean, I got married in 1997, so I mean, it was a long time ago.
It's 26 years? 27 years?
2027 will be 30, so it's been 28.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I haven't smothered him yet.
Oh. And you guys still like each other?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I was going to say something.
So then the store in Tiffin closed, and then the store over there closed, and then that store closed, and we were like, okay.
When Tiffin closed, did any of them come to Findlay? No. And
So
you
then-
were the last, right?
If you wanted your severance and your vacation, all the extra perks that they were going to give for you parting ways with them after that many years. Unfortunately, I wasn't old enough. If I would have been a little older or had a couple more years, I could have the full retirement. But I did take my pension from there, and my 401k went with me. All been reinvested in other things, which is good. That's another thing, my interns and stuff that I've had. Set up some kind of program for yourself now, because you're not going to miss it. You'll feel like you will, but you're really not going to. And you'll thank yourself because one day you wake up and you're 50 years old and you're like, did I put any money back for my future?
Exactly.
Because Social Security is what Social Security is. And these days, who knows if it'll even be there,
Well-
or if you can live long enough to get to the age where it's available.
We don't want to talk about this now because I'm sure our listeners don't want to listen to this, but I was just talking to Brad last week. Of course, not that I don't care about your guys' future, because I absolutely do, but since I have been going through it with you guys, instead of doing something about it, I'm like, it just sucks. We don't have retirement. Now that my daughter is in this industry and I'm stepping back and running the business, I would have a sense of relief if I had an idea that you guys were investing in yourselves, because then how do I say it? I don't want to say you're committed to Studio M. There's more
huge
reasons
thing.
to
Well, yeah, that shows maturity.
this
I
shiny
think.
little new salon down the road. And it's like,
Oh, yeah.
things might not be going the way we want it, but I've already invested 7 years. See, that's what I'm saying. But
to a
Brad said
certain
there's
percentage.
definitely
room to be able to
So
implement
we
something
need
like
to
that
talk
on
about
down the
that.
line, because they're getting their check and they're running out and they're going to Chipotle and they're going to TJ Maxx
Yes.
and
and
all
I
these
would
things,
much
and it's
rather-
no, you need to put half of that somewhere else.
And then you can put it away for an education fund, right? For the younger girls. Yes, that's great. I still would rather put it into more of a investment.
So that
Because
they're
with the
earning something
education,
on it, too.
Yes. And since our salon does pay higher commission rate than a lot of the places, I think, I was telling Brad, you guys are at a cap. Is that what you say? You can't go over. Like, if you make so much money, it stops. Who wants to just be like, have it capped?
After between 30 and 35, Penny's retirement still grew. So why wouldn't you stay from 30 to 35? But after 35, what's the point?
But like with our sliding scale, if you make over, I think, 1,000 a week, or let's just say it's 1,500, it's 50%, whatever. I don't remember what it is.
It's more than that, but yeah, you can use that just to keep a round number.
Round number.
1,000 at 50%.
At that point, it stops. It does not go up. Okay. So now let's say you're bringing 5,000 in and you're still there. That's still really good money. But I know how I am. What are you going to give me?
Because
so instead
I'm
of us
doing
giving
so
you
good.
more commission, I told Brad, let's take a percentage of what they take over. So let's say you bring 2,000 in. So that extra 1,000, I mean, you'll still, I don't know how it works, but
I get what you're saying.
you see what I'm saying? Let's say I pay 55% of that, which would be what? Or let's just say 10%, which is $100. Okay. So then I would put that in a savings for you or retirement.
Yeah, you'd have to investigate which would be the best for being able to add chunks like that to gain the most money for it, having it in there, because there's CDs and all kinds of things you could do. They're shorter term than actual like IRAs and things like that.
Okay, we're gonna have to definitely talk about that. And
Sorry,
profit sharing.
I'm sorry.
I want to know what that is too.
profit sharing.
We'll get into that. Let's get back to the episode.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Sidetrack, squirrel.
Yep.
So you were at Penny's, and then they said if you stayed with them, you were going to get all of your packages. Okay, so you stayed, and they gave you a closing date.
But at that point, we were in talks with you to come to you.
So how did all that happen? I mean, I know, but
we all went out and checked things out and then came back and reported, so to speak, because there was the core group of us that had been together for 20 years or more.
And as we know, it's really hard to find people that you can really work with and know their personalities, and you guys knew each other. Oh, she's having a bad day, or it's just easier too.
Yeah. And then when I think Yadi approached you to start with and was like, and then I don't know, we just all were like, this seems like it makes the most sense because you were willing to do this and this to have us come there, and we could come in and start doing our customers. The location was a good one for a couple of us because we live the other direction. So for us to go to the other side, even though it's the other side of town, I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's still a long ways.
It's literally like the other side of the world. Like when I'm on this side of town, I'm like, oh, I gotta go. If I have to go to the salon, it's like going to a different country.
Oh, this is totally unrelated, but my son wanted me to take his phone to AT&T to get it fixed today, and I was like, I'm not going to that side of town. I'm not driving over there.
Exactly. So yeah,
all five of us came at one time, and you doubled your staff overnight, so to speak.
It was so fun and scary. It was scary for me.
We were asking you to put out a lot of money, first off, to be able to have us come there because you didn't even have the stations. So we were asking a lot from you, and there was really no guarantee from us to you either. Plus we're like, okay, now we need you to double whatever your product cost was because we're going to be bringing all these people, because the good thing is when Penny's closed, it wasn't like those customers could stay. So
they had to go somewhere.
So they always said if you left a place, like 75% of your people would follow you, which means you lose 25%. And I feel like that in this case, it wasn't true because they couldn't stay where they were at. So 100% of all of our people were coming with us.
Yes. I don't know how my brain works or why I say the things or make the decisions that I do, but it just felt right. It didn't even seem, now that you say that, like you tell the story, I'm just like, oh my God, that's right. We did do that. But at the time it just seemed, oh, we got to make room. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're going to adopt these 5 girls.
And I was like, okay, a good colorist, when they can come in after years, because you guys have been doing it for years and just killing it already. I mean, I know you had to get used to, like, I don't even know, maybe the different way it pulls color and stuff.
Yeah, we had changed color lines over the years too, and we didn't get a say in it. It was like we started out with Clairol, and then we had color, and then we had this. So every few years they were just pushing something else on us. Like they made a deal with a different company.
That's probably why you guys were, I said, we're Joico, and you guys were like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, are we going to come in and make you change to Matrix? I mean, I guess
but,
we probably could have. It sounds like we could have.
But now that you know me and the way the salon is run, you could have probably.
Yeah.
Because it's not that I don't know. For me, when I'm behind the chair doing nails or behind the table, if I want something and it's going to make me do the best, I want it to be there. And I don't want anyone to tell me, no, you can't have that.
That's why we got super skinny on our shelf, and it's not Joico.
That's good stuff.
Yes, there's certain things that we continue to carry. But I told the girls, anytime you start, if you want to come in, look at the color books, whatever. Because I even think, 8 years ago, the internet, YouTube and all the TikTok, none of it was like it is now. And Kris comes in and she looks through the book. I should have known right then that she was my girl.
I still do the recipe box with the cards in
do
it.
too.
And I brought my little recipe box over and I went in the back and I got out the color books and I started just putting down what I thought I should do. And that's so that way when my customers were coming in, I wasn't trying to formulate and do all that while I'm trying to do them. Yeah.
She was
I wonder what
prepared.
it's like to be that type of person.
I don't know.
I've never once in my life
I
been
would come-
the same.
But it was funny because even though I didn't know any of them, I already had an idea of each one's personality. I was like, okay, Kris is the one that full of knowledge.
Here's a little funny for you. When we were deciding on who got what station, we went by our seniority. Because I can't remember who suggested it, but they're like, oh, you should pick first because you have the most years, and then you should pick next because you have the money.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm so glad you guys figured it out on your own and I didn't have
funny.
to.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, that's how we ended up where we are.
Do you regret your station?
No, because I like my extra little foot of room that I get for my,
I like
Now
that.
during COVID,
I like that little
didn't,
black
didn't
box.
like it so
Sometimes
much.
It helps out with the Band-Aid.
I got a 2-for-1 there on my razor blade. Oof.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So after 35 years, you still cut yourself?
I haven't cut myself in a year. I laugh because I'll get into the cube for something else and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like 2 Band-Aids left. I better get more Band-Aids. And I hadn't used any forever and ever. So yesterday I'm like, okay, I just jacked myself with a double. Jody's, what are you doing to yourself? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't did in like a year. So yes, the feeling of cutting yourself, and it doesn't even hurt.
And so you
anymore.
see the blood
Yeah,
and
and
then
you're
it's
like, hey, I got to get a Band-Aid.
I sit there and I'm like, is it going to bleed? Is it going to bleed? Because you never know.
But then it hurts, right? Like
No.
later that night,
No.
like when you put.
I've literally cut this knuckle off of there
Yeah,
before.
I guess if you.
And like the skin was on my scissors. I took it off the scissors, stuck it back on my finger, wrapped it up, and finished my day.
How many hair splinters have you had?
Oh, I just was getting one out last night.
I had one in my side when I don't know if you were there the other day,
So
and I was
for
like,
people-
"God,
The
get
open-toed
this out."
shoes. Oh yeah, I was there.
People,
in
what
my
hair
side.
splinters are?
It's like a split, but it's only certain types of hair, like the super straight, super coarse, almost like a little piece of wood.
It works its way into
Yeah.
your skin, and it hurts like hell.
I get them in my toes when I wear open-toed shoes.
If you get them in your feet, like
no.
sends me through the roof if I step on it the right way. I'm like, oh.
Sometimes you go home and you literally have hair. And,
Oh yeah, I get it in the floorboards of my car. Certain shoes collected on the bottom. There's like a whole
oh my god.
animal down there.
Because nail dust, but that's easy. It just falls off.
Yeah, that's all up in your lungs.
Yeah.
The hair ain't all up in our lungs.
That is literally people's skin stuff. Ugh.
Well, you can't see it though.
My
But the
kids
hair
get
you-
disgusted by my job. They think it is disgusting. Oh, they were just
If
saying
you-
yesterday,
if you're-
Mom, you haven't even washed your hands. You touch people's hair all day. Because I was handing them snacks in the car on the way home from work.
If you're in a restaurant, does the hair gross you out?
No.
Pick it off
I
and keep eating.
doesn't bother
Me,
my
it
aunt
probably
probably mine
depends.
anyway.
There's
If
certain
it was a
restaurants-
restaurant and
It looks like it came from I eat it, but if it was hair from the head,
Yeah, it's probably off me anyway. Yeah.
okay, so Kris, she's a lot of things at the salon, but I want to just make sure we covered everything with pennies. So then you still have friends like. I know some of them came with you, but you still talk to the other girls that you used to work with, or
Yeah, Tina, I do her hair.
oh yeah,
She works next to me for years. And Carol, I still see her. Yeah, there's a few. And there's a few that are it's just on Facebook kind of thing because
they all found someplace, or did any of them say, you know what,
there was the whole thing. I mean, some people went places, some people didn't. Other people started their own and
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's scary.
at one point there was 30 of us that worked there. Whoa. If the station you were coming into in the afternoon wasn't vacated when you got there, you had to wait.
oh.
See, God, I just can't imagine.
Did you guys take appointment? You took appointments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The girls coming in
Oh.
but now malls are becoming a thing of the past.
We hardly ever get walk-ins. Okay, so Kris, she's been with us for 8 years. Came from Penny's. I knew that there was something about her that I needed to know more, but she also isn't one that's going to come in and be like, oh my God, guys, listen to this weekend.
Yeah,
She is not an overshare at all. She talks to you if you talk to her. I talked to her.
So we went out a few times outside of work.
And then we're like, oh my gosh, she's a completely different person. And I go in, I do my job. I mean, you really spend a lot of time with your client. You have a very special connection.
I used to do the 3 people at once thing. I'm too old for that.
Oh, yeah.
And so now I'm a every once in a while I'll put a quick haircut. But if I book somebody around somebody else, they know they're being booked around somebody else. It's not like I'm just doing it because that's how I run my book. So then I can hang.
Yes, and you don't have to feel that stress. And I think that is the key when you are getting older. Don't just walk away. Just make it easier for you. Because
it's such a benefit of the industry.
You don't have to make
well,
this kind of money. So that brings me to where I was like, I already had Kris's future already planned out for her.
Yeah,
she just didn't know it. Well, I don't even know.
It was probably about that because Sophie, they've been there for a year, so it was before that.
I decided that we needed to have an assistant program because Sophie was in there. I just knew that she needed guidance, and we had, I don't even know, 13 stylists, and every single one of them were seasoned. I mean, 10 or plus years. So I'm like, we need to get some young blood in here. We need to get that young vibe. But we can't just have them come in and do what they want. They need leadership. And I said, I need Kris to do this with me. And I reached out to her, and with the help of ChatGPT, I sent her this email. And it was basically like, told her what I wanted from her, asked her to coffee, and then basically said, once we get this assistant program up and running, I want you to be like the head of education, and I want you to go to the different schools. And I mean, it would be great. And I said, and then Sophie or whoever is training underneath you, they can just take your clientele. Because I just assumed that she was ready to be done with her clients. If she was still a part of the salon and still being in the business side, I just assumed she did. So I thought if by offering her this, it would keep her clients at the salon because they would be used to the assistants. And I was so nervous. First of all, I didn't hear anything. I was like, oh, shit. Here she was at your point, and she's, yeah, that sounds great. However, I am not ready to step back from the chair. And I was like, okay.
But I said I can do both. Didn't see the longevity in the other because since we have the interns coming in, it's not like we have to go out and really look for, I mean, we can, whatever.
We just were not in that place.
Right.
And the training and stuff that I went through for this is a good program. And God love Kris. She listened to all of it too. So she was trained with it. I don't know. I have several girls that have already reached out to me wanting to come intern. So we are unfortunately not in that position. I don't think her answer could have been any better because I didn't want her to step away from the chair, but I wanted her help. So I was like, you don't have to do both, you know what? So it was just funny. That's just communication. And we took off with it. And even though the assistant program isn't what I thought it was going to be, some things had changed. And so I think it's exactly where it needs to be. I know we need to touch up on it and stuff like that. But when I was telling Kris, then she was like, yeah, I did education at Penny's. And I was like, you did? And she's, yeah, and she did this, everything that you just told us. And I was like, I never knew that about her. Never. And I'm like, no wonder I knew she was the good fit. But she's perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. It does not make her nervous to tell the girls like it is.
And it doesn't make me nervous when you asked me to come here yesterday.
I said, Kris, will you come on the podcast? And she goes, oh, what? I'm like, your life? And I said, oh my God, you have so much. And then I start telling her, she's, yeah, I will. And I go, tomorrow? She goes, no. I go, what time to go in? And she's noon, but soon. And I looked at her book.
And my first couple hours was open too.
So she didn't have me until 2. I looked at her, and even Jody was like, Kris. Anyways.
So here we are.
And she was like, I'll do it. But you really helped me. And then we went to Dallas with so much
So
fun.
I feel like we need to go back.
Oh yeah, we definitely.
That's coming right up.
Well,
But I know
feel like
we're
we
not
could do
gonna go
something
to Dallas.
different.
We got to get
but
something.
Someplace, yeah.
Just so much fun.
Yeah.
And Kris is the type that when I have an idea that involves money, which is a lot, I can't tell Morgan because she'll be like, yeah. Even if
Quit.
stupidest idea, she goes, yeah. I can tell when you don't like my ideas. But
What do you think I don't like, or what do you think I didn't like?
I don't know. I can think about it. But when I tell Kris, first I text her or whatever. I text her, and then she'll be like, okay, yeah, that's nice. And that got really good reviews because I don't read the reviews. I know she's going to. But come on, Megan, let's be honest. Do you really think you're going to keep those chairs for 5 years? Because I said, if we spend a little more, then I won't want to change my mind. But then I was like, if we go...
Middle of the line.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she just helps me see what Brad's going to tell me, and I'm not going to get mad at Kris. And I feel like you girls at work know my brain a lot better than Brad when it comes to this kind of stuff. He's pretty good, but when it comes to, you can't go cheap on things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Some things you can.
Some of that
I
is just the
cheap
way a
on.
man thinks and the way a woman.
Well, that's true.
Because Megan, she sees shiny things.
Oh, me too. I'm just as guilty. I could probably try to hold you a little more accountable just because I see you'll say something and I'm like, oh, I would be the same way. But then I think, oh, wait, okay, should I be I need to know what kind of friend you want me to be. Because I can be either one.
Okay.
But I'm usually just, yeah, buy it.
I don't know what kind of friend I want you to be because it just depends on what mood.
So I got to
I'm in.
read the situation.
Yeah, that's what I tell my mom when I talk to her. I'm like, Mom, I need you to be a mom right now. I need you to call me tomorrow and remind me. That way she knows if she calls me and I don't tell her to, do you know what I mean? If it's something
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
Yes.
so it just depends. It
My
depends
mom
what it
this is totally unrelated again. My mom used to call me and be like, do you have snacks for the kids? Do you have toys for the kids? Do you have a blanket for them? Do you have anything for them to do on this 1 hour car ride? And I would be like, no, I'll get it now.
Or, yeah, it's already in the car.
Right. What do you
And
think? I'm
they're
a piece
literally-
of crap, Mom?
But if it's like I have to call the doctor, or
Yes.
something, then I'll call my mom. I'm like, okay.
Don't let me forget.
Or I'll call and just talk about nothing because I'm in a good mood and we'll just chit chat and we have the best conversation and life is good. And then the next day she'll call and I'll be like, Mom, I do not have time to talk to you.
Right.
And she'll be like, oh, because you want to talk.
Yep.
But no, Kris, seriously, you have helped me so much because when you've got that person that you know is responsible and they're on your side or they've got your back, even though they might not agree with you, because I know there's things that have happened that you're like, you dumbass. but you've never given up on me. You've never given up on us. You've never given up on the salon, and you can just come up and we can talk about it. And I love that a lot. I love it. And I really want to know, because of your age and because you assist the assistants, what do you think the biggest, I think we have already gone there with the difference of them versus us, but what is the best advice that you could give them that is still true today and was still held true to us? Does that make sense? Because I feel like I said a lot of words. What is the one thing in this industry that's still very important that they do, that they will not know until they work?
Under promise and overserve. Because you don't want to over promise and underserve.
That's a good one. That should be a t-shirt.
It is a good
You know, it's just like you never want to say, oh yeah, we can take that black hair to this white hair today. It's not going to happen. You can, and they're not going to have any hair by the time you get from here to here. So yeah, you always want to just be like, this is where I think we can get you this time, kind of thing. You never want
if
to
you
promise
tell
what
them-
you can't deliver.
We can get you to like a dark brown, and then you happen to get them to a medium brown, and then you're winning.
But I think too, when you and I were starting out with clientele, wasn't coloring and highlighting just becoming a thing?
Yeah,
I
was. That's
It's
why I
not
don't
like
wear.
you're going to get a picture.
I don't wear wedding rings or anything because I
Oh, yeah.
And I just never went back to wearing them after all those perms.
Yeah.
Because I'd get chemical burns from them.
You know where I don't either. Does Chuck?
No. He can't because some guy welded himself to the railroad track or something.
Neither one of us wear them anymore either because I took mine to get serviced and they said, we can't do anything with your ring because it's going to fall apart.
And mine's a little too fancy for work too.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. This is something that
we could have saved a lot of money if we had just that.
you just don't have one in the first place. So something I think that should be happening is, because I know when I go to places and they give me my consultation and they talk to me like, okay, this is what we're going to do. Today we're going to start off here, and then in 4 weeks when you come back, we're going to do this, okay? And then so I can see what's going to happen, and they're invested in me now, so they know my skin or whatever. So that's something I think the young girls, even anybody that comes in, I feel like clients want a plan, especially if they're going from dark to light. Okay, we're going to do this today, and this is what's going to happen, and then your next visit. And then they already feel like they've invested.
Well, a little bit of the problem too is they'll bring you a picture that's been retouched 800 times, and you're like, okay, that's not a perm, that's curled with a curling iron. Clearly, you're not going to get out of bed tomorrow looking like that if I give you a perm today. Things that just are unrealistic.
Even if you just swipe them a couple times, you're going to get a different color on one screen.
Oh, yeah.
And that makes our job harder because you have somebody that comes in and sits in your chair that doesn't understand how the chemicals work, and they want the picture. Okay, honey, you need to grow another head full of hair because you only have this much hair, and this is 10 times that.
I love it when it's a fully fake photo. Like it's fully AI generated. It's not real at all. And someone brings it to me and I'm like, that's not even a human being on this earth.
Still want that color?
They can.
It's just
but
so
you have
weird looking.
You have to explain the realistic part of it to them.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself? I don't know, 5 years, 10 years? Are you always going to be doing hair?
I am in the phasing out process is what I call it.
That's what I thought.
I get stuck in one,
That's why I'm not ready. But okay, you're phasing out, meaning you're really not taking new clients.
I mean, if I have room for walk-in, I'll put them on there. But I ditched Fridays, so I'm only Monday through Thursday now. And the next to go is going to be another day of the week or something like that. As soon as I say that, then I start getting really busy on that day. And I'm just like, okay, I can't do it yet. But it took me 2 years to officially be done with Fridays.
Did it really?
Yeah.
You still have a lot of your little old ladies, but they just come, are a lot of them dying off?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I know. That's what I was going to say earlier. But that's got to be so hard.
It is. I've buried customers' spouses. I mean, I'm in the 4th generation of some families now with grandma, mom, daughter, their kid kind of thing. That's a lot of...
And for people that are not familiar with our area, we are a very small town, Midwest Ohio.
Funeral home. My first funeral home gig was I was 15. So that was before I actually was even in beauty school. I did my first person.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a real wild ride.
And everybody, they're like, how can you do that? And I'm like, I guess I look at it a different way. I look at it more like, first of all, they've sat in my chair for 20 years telling me you can't let me go to heaven looking like shit.
Oh, for sure.
But I mean, that's changing a little bit with the more people are getting cremated, though. It's less and less, but it's their one last thing that you can do for them.
I had to do my grandma's nails, and I also think God might help you a little bit to get through it. Because looking back, I'm like, how did I do that? I don't know. I don't know how I did it, but I knew that I was not going to let her go like that.
I got help from Xanax and just separating the idea of it was somebody that I didn't know, and I was like, it's just an inanimate object right now.
Yeah,
but I did have to take a Xanax.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? First time I did, I had to have the door open so that if there were other people that were in the funeral home doing other things, the door was open. But after that, it was fine.
I never even actually did the girl's hair. I just was I was thinking maybe I could get into it, and now, at the time, I could not. But if I needed to now, I definitely could.
And that's I think, too, a maturity thing. It's definitely, I just told my mom the other day, I said, Mom, by all means, I have not figured out life. That's not what I'm saying. But as life goes on and you get, it just makes so much more sense. And I'm like, why do I have to be 51 years old to finally realize, certain things? It's so true, though. I've had so many light bulb moments lately that I'm just like, oh my gosh. oh my gosh. But, so, I was talking about if you were going to retire, and it probably just depends on when Chuck, he does.
Yeah, but it's 7 years or something.
Okay.
Like that. So, I mean, it's not an official exit date, but the exit plan is there because of who he works for. We get invited to the kids' graduation parties and the weddings, and not invited to the funerals, but we go to the funerals and just all those things. You do become friends with your clients.
Oh, yeah. You guys have no desire to move away, though, or will you always stay there? Do you want to have a summer home?
We have our property down.
So you're going to always stay in Arcadia?
Probably not.
Will you move away? Like Florida?
No. We would probably move to Southwest Ohio.
I just didn't know, like...
For us, it depends on
will you
where,
follow your kid?
like where Mesa might end up would be a place where we could retire to. With what she's studying, she can't come to Findlay and do that job.
What she's doing?
Biology. So she's ecosystems and environment. She needs to be near a lake or something like that.
Her daughter is wicked smart.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She's very smart.
But that's 15 years down the road probably before we would do that, because the house we have now is in the middle of a family farm that, as far as the eye can see, it's all owned by the same person. Chuck still does the cattle.
Yes. So that's one of my points. I'm getting to my point is that what I see for you is I want you to have your own office at Studio M, and I don't want you to be taking any clients at this point. And you're going to be 75 years old, and you're still going to be, and you're going to sit there, and you're going to be director of education, and you're going to run it. That's my goal for you. Because you're still going to want in the industry, and you're so knowledgeable. Kris is also a silent helper. She's the first one to take out the trash. I mean, really, she does a lot.
Fix the toilet.
She's our handyman. We're always like, Kris. She comes over, she goes, Megan, you need to go to Lowe's. Get the snake, but it was more for the...
Was it the sink one or the toilet
I don't
one?
know, but remember I came in.
She came back with this giant thing, and I'm like, that's...
And it was this huge thing, and you had to sit down, and I go, will this work? And she's, oh my God.
Will this work?
Because you know me, I'm like, let's just not do little, let's go big. Let's do it big.
But like the hole was this big, and she brought a thing that was this big, so I'm like, that's not going in there.
So we went back, and we tried again. But she is not afraid of anything, and she's pretty smart, so that helps. And she's also so humble.
Yeah.
Like I'm the type, if I'm going to take out the trash, I'm going to...
Hey everybody, I'm taking out the trash.
or something.
That's me too. Let me just get this trash for one time this year. Do you guys see me?
Like make a big scene, but I'm not saying that she's the only one, but she's definitely the first one probably. And she thinks good. You should. You absolutely
I'm kind of
should.
always on strike, and then I think about it. I'm like, shit, I haven't done a damn thing around here.
That's probably when the salon starts looking like crap.
But if I start to clean, we all better be pitching in.
I said in my last one, I don't want you guys to have to do anything but hair.
I'm saying I should be more
And
observant.
I think too, it's just a habit.
Yeah.
If when you walk by and you see a trash can full.
Yeah, empty it. And that's just how
Like 10 years ago, I
we
wouldn't
were
care either.
raised. I just think that's how I was raised, and it's just if that's dirty, clean it up. If that's spilled, wipe whatever. You just
Oh, I mean, I throw a fit about it at home. Ask my husband if I have that same nonchalant attitude at home, because that is 99% of the arguments that I cause are over messes that they don't clean up. Pisses me off, but so that I'm going to work and doing the same thing is very annoying.
I think that a lot of people are a lot messier at work versus their own home. Because for the obvious, and it's just easier to be messy at work.
Although the color's not all over the walls anymore since we started the scale. Before, like and it's out in the front now too. I mean, that might has to do something with it too. But I just feel like
the color, the actual tubes. I thought you meant there was color.
No, yeah, color,
hair color.
Because people be slinging it on the floor and the walls because they got 8,000 gallons of it in there to do one little person. I think the scale has helped that problem too. Because
Salon scale.
it's not all over the walls anymore, or the floor, or the ceiling.
What did you think of salon scale?
I think that it's a good program for obvious reasons. I mean, it saves the shrinkage of your overuse of your product and stuff like that. It's definitely a lot better. Do I like doing it every single time? No.
Yeah, it's an extra step. I get that.
Do you just wish people would be a little bit more?
But I haven't really had anybody like grouch about the way we're doing the service fees now.
I think yesterday Carrie had somebody just say, I've never seen that before because she hasn't been here or whatever.
But yeah, no, it's a good program. Definitely better than the one that we tried a few years ago because that one wasn't going to work at all. But yeah, this one hard because there's 2 and there's 10 of us and somebody's already there and I got this person and I'm running a schedule, so I want to get it going and they're already on those. And
Do we need more?
I don't think you really have any place to put anymore.
If we ever do find this time where you guys are like waiting, unless it's just a rare moment, because I don't want that either. We can always find spots.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's good. It's definitely good. I was never an over mixer really anyways.
That's what I was going to say.
Because I always would take the tubes to my station and only mix, and if I needed a remix, then I had it already there with me to remix. But yes, I do recall washing bowls and having there be 3 ounces of color still in it, or they were done with their application.
So much
huge
wasted.
huge waste of money. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's good things.
I mean, it's not that I forget that we did it, but it has gone over so well that it's just part of what we do now. Morgan, do you have anything that you would like to say to Kris, or do you have any final thoughts? Is there anything we didn't touch on?
I think it is so funny. A lot of the young girls that have come in, which have only been a couple, I guess, they're all like, "Ooh, I'm so intimidated by Kris. Oh my, I'm scared of Kris." And I'm like, "Huh?"
I was too.
You guys are like funny because she is so not scary.
I think the best thing for Sophie and Avery was the Dallas trip. They got to see that she isn't a mean, intimidated person. She's actually a real person and she's fun. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. If anyone ever applies to Studio M or is interested in just checking us out just to see whether you're thinking about going to hair school, your first person that you'll talk to is Kris. And she'll show you around and she'll tell you about the salon. No sugarcoating about anything. And she basically sits you down and tells you what she would tell her daughter. Like, look. And if anybody knows, it's Kris. Going from 27 years in corporate, which is probably pretty hard to work for, I would say.
Everything was a requisition.
Yeah.
And that was hard because you had to be patient.
Yeah. And I'm not patient. And then comes to Studio M, who pretty much doesn't have really lots of freedom, but yet such a good connection. So a lot of times when people hear, oh, we can work whenever we want, we have all the freedom, then you think it's probably a train wreck in there then if everyone's doing whatever they want. But that's the way I would want it. It just works, and it's because I have really good employees. If I had to babysit you guys all the time, or if you guys had to do a request for a day off, that means I would have to be the one.
To decide,
no way. Yeah. No way. If you don't want to be there, don't be there. I don't want your attitude there. Go home, check yourself, and come back.
Yeah.
Anyways, I said anyways, and I feel like that was the first time I said it today.
Oh, I don't know.
You know why I say anyways?
Why?
Because I don't know what else to say. And this convo's been going so well.
I can take that word out with one button. If you want that out in every episode, I can take it out.
It's me, though.
Anyways, I have to pee.
Do you know what I mean? I do too. But we can talk about it. It's funny because I said it a lot this last time. And it was because I really didn't have a lot to say about the eyelids.
Oh, yeah.
Should we?
But yeah, don't look down on the vocational programs because there's success stories out there. My husband, he did the Sentinel program for electrical, and he's an electrician for the railroad.
Yep.
So
I stand beside that too. I didn't go to vocational, but I wish I would have. I would have had a lot less debt. Starting out debt free is amazing. I was not smart about that.
Sophie had to pay maybe $500.
yeah, I was
Because she took the
mine was
nail
like
course.
300 or something like that.
I mean, she took the nail course too, and that's books. I mean, and it probably wasn't even that much. I don't remember. And somebody told me, what is it now? Up to Carmen.
I was going to say 15
Well, Carmen
years
did
ago, I
after
paid
school.
20.
She
Right.
went to a school. She didn't go to vocational school.
No, and I love that school, Summit.
Summit is a great school, yeah.
I like their business part of it. I don't know how well their school, but I think it's like 25,000, 30,000 now.
I was going to say 15
And that's
years
what I'm
ago,
saying
it was
is
20.
like
That's crazy.
with Reese going down to Hobart after, it was like, okay, there's the school. Millstream was saying there all these scholarships are available for you to go and do this. It was a 9-month program, in which hers was the same kind of thing, is just get out there and get that money. It's available.
Yeah. Now, I would say the only difference is it's really hard to tell with Avery and Sophie because they were very talented coming out. I mean, there was a lot that they needed to learn, but with Carmen, she also assisted you or interned with you for a long time, but when Carrie took her on, she wasn't very long, and Carrie's
She's gonna be bored.
really good.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to throw her out there. The only thing with Carmen, she's just quiet. But going to a real school like that, the talent is very good. However, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get talent at a
It has
vocational.
nothing
It's
to
the
do with
same
the school. It has to do
thing.
with the person themselves.
You're only going to get out of it what you put into it.
Yeah.
If you go to Millstream or you go to a school, state board, and it's the same license. So
Gotta pass the same
anyways,
test, yeah.
So I guess the takeaways, I would say savings plan,
Yep.
under promise and over deliver.
Yes.
And I guess I would do it over again the exact way that I wouldn't change a thing, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
You've been around me too long.
Because I didn't miss any of my kids anything for all the years that they were in school. Because rearrange and move things around.
And that really has something to say. It really does. My kids know me. I was home all the time. Like, for everything.
And
they don't know it anymore. But then when I'm not there, it's like...
And I never really felt like I had a boss bossing me because you're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to be at certain times and there were rules you had to follow, but I never really felt like I had anybody telling me that I needed to do this or needed to do that.
And I think that, too, depends on the salon because I feel like all of our personalities are like that. They want to do their own thing. They don't want me or somebody to show them around. However, I feel like there are people that need that.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but that's just not the leader I am. I'm not the one that's going to stand beside you. That makes sense too because you can basically be your own boss and still be an employee. And just because you are an employee in the beauty industry should not matter if you have a retirement or not. We deserve a retirement just as much as everybody else.
Even if you're a server at a restaurant, my advice on that would still be the same. You need to save because you're going to wake up and you're going to feel like, when you have kids, that's 20 years of your life that you're living for someone else. And then all of a sudden they're gone and now you're like, oh my God, I'm 50? Did I save anything?
Exactly.
I better start soon.
I've saved my whole life and I still haven't. But it would not be until you won't start saving until I come in and
say, here's a program that you can
you know
get
what I
into.
mean? That's how you are. That I feel like that's how a lot
I
of
used
people
to
are.
be employed at a commission salon and we had 401k. What's the difference? Is that the same thing? I don't know.
Yeah,
But when I left there, I took it all out. I just withdrew it. I know the
that
name
with
of a guy that did it all for us.
Yeah,
have to look
I
it
know a guy too, but I need to talk to Kris first and get everything before I present it.
Yeah.
So he has already said that this is something that we're going to talk about. I just don't want to go in not.
Because you already came in as a
understanding.
small business and offered the vision and dental or whatever
Yes,
it was, wasn't
which
it?
is
So
huge.
And that is why that was so exciting. And it's not, I mean, yeah, it's some money off of us, but it's not, I would rather you guys have it than,
it's just a perk.
yeah. And Brad's like, your girl should be really happy that you love to spend money that you don't really have and that you are so giving for it. I don't even think of it like that because I just love to do fun things. And like, I want that.
Vision insurance
Yeah.
is so fun.
It is because I wouldn't
I-
even anything to have
I
vision.
agree.
And, like, I wasn't Kris at 19 getting insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, at 43, I just set out to find a husband with really good insurance. It just happened to be really nice too.
There you go.
And even though at that time, like my deductible was like $4,000 because I never went to the doctor
Yeah.
and that kind
Oh
of
my
thing. But it was
God.
still, I mean, it was insurance. So
Now we have
it's
to carry him until
catastrophic.
we're 26, right? These
Damn
kids. They just have no idea.
Suck the life.
I wouldn't want this life. I love.
But they get
growing up
kicked
in the
off.
East.
Most of them kick them off the dental and vision at 19, though, unless they're in school.
Oh, I don't carry him so. See, was that hard?
No.
We keep on talking.